Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vase. This is being recorded and uploaded to YouTube just to make sure I don't get an additional ban on my account because I'm currently banned from live streaming on YouTube. That is why we are over at Facebook Live, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it that way, but we're gonna give it a try, and we're recording it for the YouTube channel. This also means that these videos will have to be short because it takes forever to upload a video onto YouTube because in Australia, so far, I've been in Perth and I've been in Melbourne, and the two Airbnbs that I have, the bandwidth is horrendous. Take me back to Ukraine, take me back to Thailand, like it's horrible. Like I'm actually using my phone, my own hotspot in order to stream these out. So they're gonna have to be shorter. All right, and here we go. I'm gonna go straight to screen share. We're testing out Facebook Live through Zoom, and we go from there. All right, let's see. Hey guys. I can really use your support, especially with making sure I get my account back to live stream on YouTube because that ban was just ridiculous. Just so you guys know what didn't happen is, and this is what's frustrating, like in the ban. All right, see the bandwidth? In the ban, it says right here, upon review, we've determined that it violates our guidelines. There was no review. I created this title on the record with Craig Wright, Bcash, BCH versus BSV, hard fork, which is a technical term, not a porno term, a technical term. Within a minute, or within, maybe not a minute, within 10 minutes, the video, I got a ban, but I never streamed anything. Nothing was streamed. Nothing was streamed, okay? The stream was gonna happen an hour later. There was never any stream, so I don't understand what review they could have possibly done in 10 minutes. Anyway, what's done is done. Can't live stream on YouTube for 90 days, which sucks because that actually runs into my conference because my conference is less than 90 days away, which is the Unconfiscatable conference. Please register. The professional poker game. There is prize money. This is not a charity game, even though maybe 1 Bitcoin out of 10 will go to charity if the game sells out for 100 people. I'm reserving 30 seats for celebrities. You know who the speakers are and the rest. The Melbourne workshop is done. That one is over. And yeah, so here we go. We have Sydney coming up. I'm going to Sydney tomorrow, and then Brisbane, Oakland, Aruba, Tampa is on the schedule. Tampa is now official, December 15th in Tampa. And then, of course, the big one in Las Vegas with the conference. And hey, guys, if you like my work and want to support my work, please click the affiliates and sign up. We have Black Friday coming up. Please click on these links and do your Amazon shopping. I'll probably update the list with all the stuff I plan to buy to upgrade my equipment around that day. All right, monthly chart. The monthly chart is above the trend line. We are now 11 days or 12 days. What's today's date? We are now 11 days into the new, we're a third of the month in, and it's looking good. It is looking good. The monthly chart can actually close above, the monthly chart can actually close above the trend line, something that it did not do until July of the following year in the last bear market. So let's see if we can close above that line. Well, let's see what happens. I still believe that we are gonna fall and break this green trend line, and we're gonna fall and break this 30-month moving average, and we're gonna go and at least touch that 78.6 or the 76.4% Fibonacci line. Now let's move on. The triangle that isn't going away. This triangle will not go away until we break the parts of the triangle. I don't believe I will fudge with this triangle ever again. I believe this triangle is now set. I'm actually going to lock this triangle in. I'm locking it in right there, locked, so that I'm not going to be able to fudge with it anymore. That's it. Either we break out or we break down, and we will see. Right now, the weekly chart is on a price flip. After a price flip, it is telling you to be patient and wait. Don't jump on any trades. The daily chart continues to be flat, but being flat on the daily chart puts you in the middle of this purple channel. This purple channel started back in 2015, and it continues to be with us. Now, this posture is more bearish than bullish because the price is below all three moving averages, and the three moving averages are either flat or declining. Now, if I go back to the weekly chart, you can see how the projected 50-period moving average is set to turn so quickly that it's looking pretty bad. Like, that is, it was flat. I mean, this is why I really like this indicator, that it shows me the projection of the 50-period moving average. And it's telling me it's about to go down real fast. The 30-period moving average is is also going down somewhat fast, and it's following the triangle. And the 200 week moving average, that one is, you know, it's coming up, but it's coming up fairly slowly. So we will see what gives on this one. But if you go to the daily chart, the moving averages are, of course, different. We are looking at the 50, the 128, and the 200, and the price is below all of them, and that's not good. I still expect the price to touch the purple channel at the bottom, but I have no idea if that's going to happen at $6,400 at the end of February, or it's going to happen tomorrow at 5,000, or is it going to be somewhere in between? We will all find out together. The 12-hour chart hit its 9, got rejected by the setup trend line, and it is now reversing to the downside. It's now reversing to the downside, and it bounced right off of the aggressive 13 and off of this line that I drew a little while ago, and I never touched that line. Bounced right off the, I don't normally care for the aggressive 13 all that much, but hey, it bounced it. There's a reason why these arrows show up automatically. It just tells you to pay attention. The 4-hour chart is on a tear. I mean, I went to bed at the bottom of this thing. I do have a short trade on Bitcoin. You can see it in the 12-hour chart somewhere, or maybe you see it in the daily chart. I don't know where I labeled it. Right there on the daily chart. So I do have a short as of that point. I'm waiting to double down on that short the moment the weekly gives me another entry. Now, technically, I didn't get an entry. I got a little ambitious, and I jumped the gun on the short trade a little bit. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to go ahead and wait for a red 2 below the red 1 at least. I'm going to wait for at least one of two things to happen. Either a red 2 below a red 1 or a break below the line. I jumped the gun a little bit because neither of those two things actually happened when I shorted. And so that trade wasn't exactly the smartest thing in the world, but I stand by it, and I'm looking to double down in the right way the second time around because the picture is still bearish. So I'll wait on that. And right, that's the daily. That's the 4 hour is looking really, really good. Nice bounce, but it's running into a moving average. Let's see what happens. The 4-hour also hit a 9 and reversed, hit another 9, so we're in the middle of a countdown phase. This is the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart reversed beautifully, also off of a 9 that didn't hold. And then it bounced on a big aggressive 13. Again, I'm not a big fan of the aggressive 13s, but hey, if they work, they work. And we've broken setup trend. Look for about 3 to 4 more hours of correction, and then there'll be a daily 9, an hourly 9 at a lower swing high that should derail the price. I don't really see any triangles here, so that wasn't going to help you. Wow, the shorts on Bitcoin continue to deleverage. That sets up a situation. There's less and less shorts. Now, there's also a little bit less longs. So everybody's pretty much deleveraging because everyone is like just probably too busy watching the BCH drama. And but the important part is there's very little leverage short interest. There is about half, almost half the leverage short interest that we had 1 month ago. So in 1 month, leverage shorts have decreased by 50%. Here is Bcash, BCH, and the battle for BCH is on. This is gonna be something. Now, yeah, so BCH itself is dropping, but the interesting thing, the really interesting thing, I only have 66 people watching. Man, that's a huge decline from my 1,000 live viewers on YouTube. This is not good. The BCH price overall is dropping, but the interesting thing is if you go over to Poloniex, Poloniex has separated BCH SV, Bitcoin SV from Bitcoin ABC. Now, Bitcoin SV is the Craig Wright and Calvin Ayers, Craig Wright and Chain, Calvin Ayers, CoinGeek, plus Cobra is part of, is a big fan of them. And I'm not sure who else they're aligned with. Meanwhile, the other side, Bitcoin ABC side, that's Roger and Bitcoin.com, Jihan and Bitmain, and I'm not sure where Ryan X Charles sits. I think Falkwing is with Roger and Jihan. The developers like Andrew Stone and Marissa Shea, and I think Deaded Linux is with them. Who else is on that side? Trying to name names here. Well, I wonder where Jerry David Chan is these days. Which side is he on? Just curious. Probably Roger, because he lives out in Japan. So it's interesting. Look at the volume. I saw this at 50% yesterday. Let's take a look at the hashing power. So where are we here? Boom. Oh my God, they've grown. Holy, wow. Wow. This is 33%. That's 33 plus 75. So that's another 1. So that's 34 plus 18. That's, well, let's do it the other way. That's, so this is going to be 20 plus 32. That's already 52%. Plus another 14% on top. Oh my goodness. So Bitcoin SV is now like 65% of the hashing power. Jihan, where are you? This is something. This is something. I mean, they have the hashing power. This is going to be something. You see, guys, if they can actually if they can get the hashing power up to about 75%, actually, I got to do the math on this, right? So at 75%, they can control both chains with hashing power, right? Because at 75%, they have 50% of the Bitcoin ABC fork. So they can 51% attack that fork. And they're in full control of the Bitcoin SV side of the thing. So they will become the BCH hard fork. And this brings up a very interesting thing that I tweeted out right before the show, which is I took a look at the BitMax terms on their futures contract on BCH. And to me, this states that Bitcoin SV has no value in the underlying contract in any way, shape, or form. That's how I read it. The two parts that I circled: on settlement, BCH, the December expiration contract, will settle at the price on the Bitcoin ABC side of the split, not include the value of Bitcoin SV. And it even like goes deeper, saying that they don't, only if BCH is Bitcoin ABC will they use BCH as the underlying. Otherwise, they will use BCH ABC as the underlying, or the ABC version if there are two coins. But if there is one coin that's called BCH, and that one coin is underlined by Bitcoin SV, this says to me that the value of this contract goes to zero, because by the terms. And that's why there's this giant premium between the total value of BCH with both of the coins and the ABC value. Now, right now on Poloniex, the ABC value is 64 versus 17. So you can just do the math on this, right? What is 17.5 out of 65, right? So it's 17.5 out of 65. So that's under 1/3. So that's about 25%. So right now, so right now, the Craig Wright version, the Bitcoin SV, is 25% of the value of total BCH. And I would not be surprised to see this at least at 50-50, right? Let's see what happens with hash power going forward. But the price right now is still with Bitcoin ABC. So this is interesting, really interesting. Now, the big question is, how does this affect Bitcoin, the actual Bitcoin, right? So you can see right now that the price of BCH overall is dropping. I don't understand why people rushed in to buy BCH. This made no sense to me, because this isn't like the Bitcoin fork. This is not like the Bitcoin split where you knew there was going to be a second coin. You are not guaranteed to have a second coin here at all. You were guaranteed to have BCH last time when BTC, when they split off BTC. The problem now is that neither side is cooperating in splitting, because they're both believe that their side is correct. You see, it's the side that knows they're wrong. That's the side that's going to fork off. But neither side is budging that they're wrong. Now, the total irony here is, if you watched the Roger Ver video, Roger Ver Bitcoin Cash Split. If you watched the video from just the other day, I actually did watch it. I referenced it in my video, this video. The video that says, well, Roger admits he may have been fooled by Craig Wright. Oh, where's the video? I need the video. So Forget about the fact that Roger might have been fooled with Craig Wright. That's not what's important in this video. That's not the important part. The important part is that I kind of found ironic. I need to go through this video and I need to put a comment referencing certain time periods. I totally forgot to do that. The important parts in this video is the admission why hard forks are dangerous. That's one critical aspect of the video. Another critical aspect to the video is, oh, hi, Leah. Another critical aspect to the video is the fact that Roger doesn't like doesn't like it that a small minority is disagreeing with the code changes that the majority is making. Irony at its finest. And Roger is also not happy that a small minority is demanding a larger block to 128 megabytes immediately instead of following the roadmap of increasing the block later on. Again, somewhat irony at its finest. So it's a great video to watch. It is referenced in my Craig Wright video. And for that video, my last two videos I think have been absolutely great. I know the audio on the Ugly Old Go video is not good. This is the unfortunate part of not having the ability to stream to YouTube, is that I didn't know that the audio had issues until after I uploaded the video. There's nothing I can do. But this is being watched by a lot of people, and I'm going to be a lot more careful with my titles now because clearly titles get banned when they're misinterpreted. Anyway, so what does this all mean for Bitcoin? That's the big question. Right now, you are watching Bitcoin price go up, and that potentially may have to do with people realizing they need to get the hell out of Bcash because they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what they're going to get. So, so in the short term, this can potentially help Bitcoin over the next 3 or 4 days. But what's going to happen is when the fork comes, and then there is a possibility of this chain not actually trading and not having the ability to get out, there will not be additional volume going into Bitcoin. Also, the big disruption and Bitcoin, and like, look, it's hard for us Bitcoiners to understand what the hell is going on with the whole BCH split. And imagine what the mainstream media is going to say in those articles. And then imagine whatever small number of, oh man, all right, this bee needs to go away. All right, good. It's finally a nice day in Melbourne. On my last day. So God knows how the media is going to see this come later this week, right? I mean, everyone's kind of on vacation right now. It's still Sunday. But next week, you have no idea how this is going to be misrepresented. For all I know, I have no clue what's going to happen. I might be misunderstanding how this fork's going to go. For all we know, Craig Wright and Roger and Jihan, they're all working together. And this is just one of those, media attention grabs that there is tension, but there really isn't. Like, we have no idea what's going on. I mean, some of us think we're, playing chess and we're 3 moves ahead, but they could be 4 moves ahead of us. So as far as, the whole propaganda campaign goes. So nobody knows. No one is going to know. So no one's going to know, okay? But right now, what you're seeing is a daily chart of Bcash at, I really should call it Bitcoin Cash for the time being, only because I really want them to come on my channel and do more interviews. All right, it's hard to get it out of your system. I'm gonna call it BCH. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna try and play nice. So So BCH, from a technical perspective and the fundamental perspective, are not looking good. Like BCH was a total disaster from a fundamental perspective at the low, at the yearly low. But technically speaking, it was ready for a bounce. Right now, it is looking bad from both fundamental and technical perspectives. And it's on a 4 of 9. You're looking for that 9. We can go over to the weekly chart. The weekly chart is still kind of bullish. I did make it official that I shorted BTC, sorry, BCH. I also shorted BTC. I shorted BCH with some, nice fat leverage right here after my interview with Craig Wright, which took place 2 days ago at approximately this time. Actually, a little more than 2 days ago now, that video took place. I shorted right after that video. And unfortunately, because I didn't have the ability to live stream, it took my terrible internet connection and like 3 hours to upload the video to YouTube. And then I announced that trade in my following video with Ugly Old Goat. Or I tweeted it out. I don't remember. Or actually, no, wait a minute. I informed my I informed my group, my Telegram group. And no, don't ask. That Telegram group is only for those that know how to use this sequential system that you see with the numbers, and it's only for those that have attended my workshops. So I informed them that I took that I was shorting. Oh man, all right, good. Flew out again. That I was shorting this nonsense. Okay. So once again, what does this mean for actual Bitcoin? I should probably move this because I need to keep an eye on leverage. Damn. So here's Bitcoin. I think it's going to be a short-term boost. I don't know how long the short-term boost can last because yesterday Bitcoin wasn't looking very hot either. So I wouldn't risk it. I think this hurts the entire space. I think the existence of BCH hurts the entire space, and that's my opinion. I can't wait for GBTC to start trading in the morning tomorrow because the premium on GBTC had collapsed once again on Friday. So late tonight, I mean, it sucks staying up to like 1 to 2 in the morning waiting for the market to open, and then you're already tired. But if I can pull in, I might go long again GBTC in pre-market. Hey, if people are gonna stupidly sell me arbitrage and let me make free money on the spread between GBTC and Bitcoin, I'll do that every day. I'll basically day trade GBTC if they're gonna give me free money on arbitrage. I'll get in pre-market and get out during market hours. Now, I shouldn't be telling you guys this. This is a beautiful arbitrage opportunity to kind of print money. I don't know how long it's going to last. Maybe if I didn't tell anybody, it could have lasted for a longer period of time. But you know what? This is not the kind of arbitrage. This is not the kind of profits that I expect to last for years. I expect an arbitrage like this. If I didn't tell anyone and I was doing it, maybe it would have lasted for 3 months, 6 months, I don't care. Like some of my other arbitrage strategies that I've developed and have no time to use for, they took me years to develop, and I'm expecting those to last years into the future, maybe even decades into the future, which is why on those I'm keeping my mouth shut. But on these, I don't expect them to last. So we'll see what happens there. Ethereum. So I'm really, I'm a little late. Like I really wish. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Let's look at Ethereum. I don't understand how. Like, let me find the politically correct term so I'm not, so I'm not inappropriate. I don't understand how dumb the average trader is on crypto Twitter, okay? Let's look at Ethereum weekly chart starting in January. Starting in January of 2018. There it is. This is the first candle. What day does it start? It starts on January 1st. Okay. It's the first candle on January 1st. I really wish it was this candle. But I'm not going to cheat. This candle. So that means the yearly low on Ethereum is, oh wait, hold on. Shit. Okay, so I want to get the very first candle of January. This is the January 1st candle, and this is the January 8th candle. Okay, beautiful. And this is the current candle. So let's see where the yearly low is on Ethereum. The yearly low on Ethereum in terms of Bitcoin is right there. Now, as you can see, when we came down to yearly low, I would not have been dumb enough to short Ethereum at yearly lows in April of 2002. And the reason was because we were coming up on a weekly 9, which I would have said is a buying opportunity. But look what happened the second time Ethereum approached yearly lows. If you have no idea, oh, what happened? Yeah, I'm going to continue. If you have no idea what you're doing as a trader, then you will laugh at a person shorting the yearly low. But that is the low to trade. This is the yearly low. What the hell is going on? What's the problem? Why am I having all these issues? This is the yearly low to short. This is Ethereum versus USD. Sorry, Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Now, the reason why this is the yearly low to short and not this yearly low is because this yearly low is a red 2 below a red 1 after a 9, not the 9 itself that has already shown you strength, because this 9 this time around is the type of 9 that's more likely to give you a sequential 13, not to mention you are in a sequential 13 from here. You're already in a sequential 13. So that's the yearly low that you short. And guess what? Here comes another yearly low. It's here. It's my red line or it's this blue line. Yes, this is another shortable opportunity at yearly low. It's another shortable opportunity at yearly low. It's not as good as the last opportunity at shorting yearly low, but it is an opportunity to short a yearly low. And I missed the proper short of the yearly low. It works the same way in the opposite direction. Let's look at 2017. In 2017, let's start our chart in 2017. Here is the first week of 2017. The first week of 2017 represented the yearly high. So what do? I don't know what's going on. One second. Hold on, guys. Trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, so anyway, so the yearly high on Ethereum was the first week of the year. So what does that mean? That means when you break yearly high, you buy. So you can buy here, and then look, you broke weekly high again, and you can buy more. And then look, in the last week of February, you broke yearly high, and you can buy more. And then the following week, and the following week, and the following week, and you buy more. Boom, you didn't break yearly high, so you don't buy anymore. Oh, how about, so you, but there are stop losses. There is profit taken along the way, guys. It's not like you're doubling down until you lose. Oh, look what happened. We broke yearly high again in April. So what do? You buy. Oh, look, you broke yearly high again in May. So you buy. And then again in May, and again in May, and then in June, hey, you broke yearly high. What do? You buy. Well, or you hold, right? It's like this concept of, you're supposed to buy highs. You're supposed to sell the lows. You can short the lows if you know what you're doing, right? Like this whole concept of is ridiculous, right? And then look, you never made another high again. So the smartest thing to do is never to buy Ethereum again since June of last year. If you never bought Ethereum again since June of last year, you've done very, very well for yourself. You just exited those positions, right? And we can go back to Bitcoin and do the same thing. Like, learn to trade, guys. Like, buying the dip and selling the top is one form of trading, and it's so much more difficult. You will make more money and you will have an easier trading life if you sell the lows and buy the highs instead of the other way around. There is a difference between trading and investing. When you are long-term investing, you can try to buy the dips. You can try to sell the highs. But when you are a trader, you need immediate profitability on your trade. I know that didn't really happen in my trade, but my trade has a longer time horizon than a short-term trader. Hey, I'm up to 70 live viewers. Great. This is like me streaming for the first time all over again. Anyway, let's go to Bitcoin. Let's talk about shorting the yearly low on Bitcoin. Let's go to the weekly chart because it's cleaner. When did Bitcoin make its high? So let's go to the first candle of the year. The first candle of the year is this. That is the first candle of the year, right? Where was the yearly low? The yearly low was the second candle, second week. So the third week of the year is the new yearly low. Imagine how good that short would be. When was the next time Bitcoin made a new low? Well, it depends on what you consider the low. If you consider the low to be the swing low at $6,000, then Bitcoin had only made it that low one time. And once again, this was a short I would never have recommended, and I told people such, because we were at the bottom of a 9 sequential count. You use more than one thing, right? So this is like the Ethereum chart. This is not a good short at yearly low because of sequential. But the next time we made a yearly low, and it wasn't actually a yearly low, we were in a much better sequential position, but not as good because it took a while to get down there. But the next time around, I anticipated us to go to a new daily or yearly low, and that would have been the short I wanted to take. So, and the opposite is true here. You know, making fun of someone to short yearly low in the last quarter of the year is absolutely no different. We're in November right now, right? Let's take a look at exactly 1 year ago. Exactly 1 year ago today, we were breaking yearly high and at a new all-time high. Buying Bitcoin, going long Bitcoin in mid-November 2017 is absolutely no different than going short Bitcoin in November of 2018. The chart has just been flipped, okay? This is the stupidity that you will say, like anyone who thinks buying the stock market at an all-time high is dumb should look in the mirror and say that buying Bitcoin at an all-time high in November of 2017 was also dumb, okay? Bodies in motion stay in motion. Doesn't matter if it's to the upside or to the downside until eventually it hits a wall and reverses. So the concept of shorting in November after a year-long decline is absolutely no different than the concept of buying in November in 2017 at all-time high. And I did go bullish here, right? If we go to the daily chart and you find those old videos and you go to those dates, I was bearish in early November. I had called this area here to be a significant top. Where's my 9? I had called this doji at 7,500 early November to be a critical significant top, and we corrected 40%. But then, I think this should be darker. No, they're pretty dark. But then, once we broke this high on November 16th, the week of November 13th, I became a bull. I became a bull of the markets. I was buying at yearly high. I was buying at the all-time high. And that was the right trade because bodies in motion will stay in motion. And that's what the TD sequential does. Hey, George, glad to see you on. Because wow, I'm picking up all of these people now that don't normally watch my YouTube. Hey, George, hey, I'm gonna see you in Sydney this week. I'm going there tomorrow, man. You're gonna come on my channel. We're gonna talk about this shit. Relive the old days of the show called The Trade. How I got started doing technical analysis on video was me and George Salmon. Hey, since you're on and watching, where's your article? I reference it all the time. It's like right here. It's literally open in my browser. When will the price of Bitcoin bottom? George Salmon, that was one of the best articles written about trading Bitcoin probably in all of 2015. I wrote like, I don't know, 20, 30 articles, and this one is probably the best out of everything because you called the capitulation in Bitcoin like 3 days out. That was perfect. I was absolutely perfect, man. Great job. And you're coming to play in the poker game in Vegas, man. We got you right on the screen. Cool. All right. So where are we here? That's it, guys. That's about it. Oh, there it is. There goes BCH still going down. Now again, Bitcoin is at the moment, well, it was the beneficiary of it, but that's starting to change as well. I'll keep an eye on GBTC late tonight. So this is Ethereum dollar chart. Same thing. Ethereum dollar. The Ethereum in terms of dollars. And this stuff is important, guys, because you're listening to people that don't know trading on Twitter pretending that they know how to trade. And that's a problem for you if you follow them. Here is Ethereum. And I really need to discuss this because I don't understand why people keep saying that shorting yearly low is stupid. Shorting yearly low is an amazing trading strategy. Here is Ethereum's yearly low in dollar terms on January 1st. You can also say 12-month low. The 12-month low ain't any different than a yearly low because we're almost 12 months in. So here is Ethereum's yearly low. So shorting the yearly low on Ethereum in terms of dollars in early February wasn't a very profitable trade at first. You can double down on shorting the yearly low again and did an amazing job. Now the yearly low moves down. That is your new yearly low at $371. The first yearly low was at $740. So now you shorted the yearly low twice, and hopefully your stop loss didn't get hit, but if it did, no big deal. You made up for it on trade 2. Now your yearly low is 380, and look what happened when you broke the yearly low again. And now your yearly low is here. And I expect the yearly low to break, and I expect Ethereum go down to $100 and lower. So shorting yearly low is a safe trading strategy. Because when you short the yearly high, let's see where the end of, so here's what happens if you short yearly high. So in November of last year, if you said you're an idiot for going long the yearly high in November of last year, you pretty much got wrecked because the price of Ethereum after breaking yearly high in November went from $350 to $1,600. Going short new highs that's how you get wrecked. Okay, you're supposed to go long new highs. You're supposed to go short new lows until you see a new high being made. Like that's like people just are pure amateurs. All right, I need to get this up on YouTube ASAP. Here's the stock market. The stock market is looking great. Here's the futures market, and this 9 did not even lead to a 1-2-4 candle correction. Now we have to wait. We have to wait. I just saw all these articles come out how this has been like the worst